So here we are today in Istanbul, the Bosphorus Strait, one of the most amazing historical places in the world, so important for the waterways, north and south, Asia to Europe. We were here for a swim, the Cross Bosphorus Swim, one of the best open water swims in the world. It's 6.5 kilometers down the Bosphorus Strait, swimming from Asia to Europe. You've got the old part of the mosques and Istanbul here, the opening of the strait, one of the busiest shipping channels in the world that goes up to the Black Sea. And amazing that it's such clear water. We saw dolphins almost every single day. They closed the shipping channel for the swim race only that one day of the year for 3 or 4 hours. There was 2,850 swimmers in this race from 80 countries, all coming to celebrate the water, the views, and the great time and the environment. And one of the things we're pretty proud about is that the Turkish Olympic Committee, who's the organizer of this event, along with Samsung in years past, didn't really think about the plastic and the trash that's created from the event, post-event, on the park and the lawn and the area where 3,000, 4,000 people aggregate at the end of the race. And this was 2017, and we were here and we saw this and said, wow, this is a great, quick, easy opportunity to use our PDP Sport, that's Plastic Disclosure Project sport program. And that's our first, the world's first plastic footprinting methodology to let companies and institutions, sports events, municipalities, just kind of look at themselves in the mirror and understand how much plastic they use or could use, how much they recover, how much do they use for recycled content, how much could they avoid. Without having this self-reflection, you don't really know how much you need to circulate, how much more you could recover, how much more you could use recycled content. And so it's a checklist for sports events, particularly non-permanent venues. So if you bring in 3,000, 8,000, 20,000 people for a marathon, a bike race, a mountain biking race, a running race, swimming here, you usually get t-shirts, you get caps, you get food and catering and plastic bottles. And if you really think about these things ahead of time, you can really minimize the use of that material, either get rid of it, have the vendors bring you different alternative uses or sources of it, and or if you do need to use plastic for the bottles, maybe the drinking water, you really need to have that. But have a concerted effort with the brands who sponsor the bottles and their staff and employees to get out there and grab everything and clean it and be proud of recycling it after the event. It keeps the whole place clean. So the Turkish Olympic Committee started this in 2018, and it's been amazing ever since. And that just shows you how a big organization, without a lot of effort, a lot of cost, just some thinking, how they can tweak some management, pre-management before that race, and then make the race beautiful. And it's important that the swimmers or any athletes are connected to the environment and share that connection and the knowledge of what we see, because we're the ones in the water, we're the ones on the roads, breathing the air, riding through the trails, running in the mountains, seeing the pollution or the lack of trees or the lack of water. And this is what we need to be telling our communities, your friends, your families. The athletes are really the sort of front line of defense. So thanks to the Turkish Olympic Committee, thanks for Istanbul for hosting this. They've had this race 37 years now. It's one of the best in the world, and it's really worth coming to. But when you look at a city like this, and then you also think about the plastic treaty, which hasn't been resolved yet, a lot of people are depressed and upset that the treaty did not get passed 2 weeks ago in Geneva. We all have to think that it's still a positive step. There's now 180 countries negotiating on plastic pollution for the United Nations, which there were not 3 years ago. So now everyone's thinking about how we can make our city, our town, our municipality better. Less plastic pollution, reduced product. We don't necessarily need to have a treaty for all of that. The country of Turkey, the country of Costa Rica, the country of Panama, or Chile, or Nairobi, the city of Nairobi, the country of Kenya, could be making laws and rules and regulations to hone in the misuse of single-use plastic, to put an extended producer responsibility fee on the use of plastic in the country, to raise funds for collection and sorting and recycling. All of this really could be done without a treaty. Of course, a treaty helps us standardize it and make rules across the board, but we shouldn't stop here and get too worried and depressed that a treaty wasn't signed. But let's get one signed and move forward, make some things tighter, but in the meantime, there's plenty to do out here, and we hope all of you can get involved in that. Doug Woodring, Ocean Recovery Alliance, here in Istanbul.